Once you have a catalog full of assets, you can use Expression Media's views to get detailed looks at your catalogs of files and begin to categorize, sort, and select them according to any criteria you prefer. Click on the List view. List view displays the assets in a given catalog in a straightforward text list format. You can right-click on the header bar to enable and disable dozens of different column headers for information that you may want to see at a glance. Double-click a list item to see a full-screen representation of the media. Double-click again to return to your previous view. In the upper left corner, you have two arrows, the left one showing you your previous state of the list view, and click the right arrow to see the next list state. I'll sort on one keyword by typing it into the search field and pressing return. And then another. And then I'll type a file extension like JPEG and hit return. And now I can go back through my previous three sort states using the previous state arrow and then go forward again with the next state arrow. Think of list states the same way you might think of a series of web pages. Each time you perform a new sort or search, think of that view of your list as you would a different page, and then the arrows are your back and forward buttons. The home button is Show All Items and displays your entire catalog list. Just to the right of those are two different modes for the left sidebar data panels. The Info button shows you your Media Info panel, where you can investigate all of the various types of information available about the file like format, size, and date created. And the Organize button displays your Organize panel, where you can explore and refine the catalog fields such as label, rating, catalog sets, date finder, file type, event, author, people, and keywords. The Info panel is for investigating or editing the keyword or annotation information for a specific file or group of files, and the Organization panel is for building your keyword library and all of your catalog field terms from which to choose, as well as the interface for assigning assets to certain categories or tagging them with your custom keywords. If you click either the Info or Organize panel when it's already selected, the entire panel will hide completely, allowing you to use the entire interface to browse your media. Click one of them again to bring it back. The Thumbnail view shows you a small thumbnail-sized image which you can rotate by clicking the Rotate buttons in the upper right corner. There's also a button for making your thumbnail larger or smaller, and you can choose a particular display size for all thumbnails by choosing from the size menu like 320 by 240 or 120 by 90, for example. This does not affect the size of your original image, it only affects your thumbnail view size. You can use some default catalog fields in the Organize panel to filter and sort your files. Just double-click a catalog field. Double-click JPEG to show only your JPEG files, or open up the Date Finder field and choose a time frame that the media you're looking for was likely created, and double-click. Your catalog list will update to show only files that fall under that category. You can create your own terms, such as those that may describe the event that the media depicts. To create a new field term, click the plus button at the top of the catalog fields list and choose the field you would like to add a term to from the top drop-down menu, event for example, and then type in your term benefit. You can add several terms at once by separating them with a comma. I'll add excursion, photo shoot, and meeting. By checking this checkbox, you can make the new terms automatically apply to any items you had selected when you opened the Add Terms box. Click OK to add your new terms. To assign terms to specific media assets, simply drag and drop the files from the catalog onto the terms in the Catalog Fields list. This is the process for adding keyword terms to your catalog as well. Click plus, select Keywords, and add your comma-separated list of keywords, and then click OK. This drag and drop process is an easy way to assign keywords to a single or a group of existing elements in your catalog. The number on the right shows you how many media elements have this particular keyword, and to remove terms from items, right-click the number and choose Remove Term from Selected Media Item. With the Hierarchical Keywords section in the Organize panel, you can create and view hierarchies of keywords for your media files. For example, instead of merely tagging a photograph World Tour, you can create a keyword hierarchy that specifies the country, the city, the event, and even the physical location of the photograph, for example, in the museum. Or instead of tagging a photograph cats, you can create a keyword hierarchy that specifies animals, mammals, or even specific breeds. The hierarchical keywords section gives you many options for clearly and accurately categorizing your media files. Just click the plus button to start adding keywords, and then when you add new keywords, you can add them within other keywords, and thus create your hierarchy. This can become incredibly powerful when you're dealing with thousands of files and have taken the time to create a well-suited keyword hierarchy for your particular library of digital assets. Simply type in one of your terms in the search field in the upper right and hit return, or double-click any of your terms in the Organize panel, and your files are instantly sorted, and you can drag and drop a file directly from the catalog into your Word, Excel, or PowerPoint document, and the original file at full resolution is imported into the respective application. Before we conclude this video, let's take a look at one more useful function of Expression Media, the image editor. Choose one of your images that you might want to perform some edits on. Double-click the thumbnail to open the full-size media view of your file. To open up the image editor, choose Window, Image Editor, or click on the Edit button, which is the pencil icon in the toolbar, to show or hide the image editor panel. Before you begin making changes, you may want to set up a versions folder so that when you make edits to your media, Expression Media will save each version of the file into this versions folder, and you can easily change back to previously saved versions as the one that you have displaying in your main catalog. You can crop, resize, rotate, or transform the image. Undo will always take away the most recent edit you've made, and revert takes you all the way back to when you first opened the file in the editor. You can go deeper by removing grain and removing red eye. You can adjust saturation, brightness and contrast, color balance and color levels, and more. To overwrite your existing file, click Save. When you click the Save button, a dialog box appears that lets you define compression and file type settings. This dialog box also gives you the option of storing a backup copy of the original file in a folder of your choice or in your versions control folder. If you want to go back to your original version, just look at the bottom entry of the versions list and click the Replace Swap button and choose Swap if you want to preserve the edits you're changing back from, in case you want to use them again sometime, or just click Replace if you want to eliminate them and revert your file to its original. As an alternative, you can always open up your versions folder or go to the folder that you saved a backup copy of the original file into and simply drag and drop it back into your catalog and save. In the next video in the series, we'll look at how you can use Microsoft Entourage with its powerful Project Center to associate Expression Media catalogs with your Entourage projects.